All right, testing my sound. Okay, let me make sure I can hear myself. Hey, Asha, can you hear me? Okay, awesome. Okay, do you want music or no music? If no music, I'm gonna just play some meditation music in the background. I already prayed over the card, so I pulled one card and then I saw you message me, so I was like, I'll just pull the rest of them once you hop on. Okay, music is good. All right. How you feeling today, Asha? Let's shuffle the music. Just let me know if the volume is good. Okay, so I pulled one card so far. So your question is it a good idea to have a baby under Trump's administration? It's a good to have a baby under Trump's administration. All right. Okay. So, all right. So the tarot card that you got, Nine of Cups reversed. So it says lack of inner joy, smugness, dissatisfaction, indulgence, materialism, inner happiness. Strength, compassion, completion, optimism, and suffering. Water sign energy. So if you look at this card upright, there's a person sitting, well, it's a man sitting on a bench, and these cups are behind him. But if it's reversed, that water is all over the place. So it's not a good balance of emotions. I don't think emotionally now is a good time. Um, so upright it says wish come true, contentment, satisfaction, emotional stability, luxury, and gratitude. So you got reversed, lack of inner joy, smugness, dissatisfaction, indulgence, materialism, inner happiness. Mm. I think it has something to do with the men. So whoever, Hmm. I just don't think right now is a good time. The male ego feels very fragile. I don't know. Like, this is what Spirit is saying. Okay, so you have Blackfoot Native American ancestry, Choctaw Native American ancestry, deceased daughter, and you are ready to address childhood traumas. You have explorer, adventure, and then you have life giver, earth. So there's a huge emphasis on you being in nature, healing through the earth element. Okay, so I see healing with the earth element is going to give you a certain, like a divine energy. So you need to be connecting with that. The sunlight now is starting to warm back up. So the sun is going to be out more. Spirit wants you to do more adventures. Okay. Do more adventures. Also, with this deceased daughter card, it doesn't seem like a good sign if you're asking about kids. Would now be a good time to have kids under this presidential election? And then you have lack of inner joy here. Doesn't seem like a person that's going to be happy. Their emotions all over the place. And then you have deceased daughter. So that kind of gives like miscarriage energy. So I don't think now would be a good time. Like if he continues to be the president, but here you have all women with the Choctaw, and then with Blackfoot, they have a lot of feathers on. So let me ask Spirit, what message do you guys have surrounded by her bringing life into the world over the next 4 years? Marie Laveau, good juju. Okay. So you need to do some magic. I'm cracking up. Okay, yeah. So voodoo is in your and within your ancestry as well. Okay. So woman smiling. She feels very happy, but she's just engulfed herself in her spiritual practice. And she's just a very magical woman. There's a snake around her neck. Can't tell if those are crystals. I think they are. I'm also seeing around your home, you have to have, like, you got to have certain spiritual tools, like, around your home. Okay. So your Bible, your candles, your crystals, and symbols are very important. Sigils, and just certain symbols. That's interesting because that came up for Annabelle too. But yeah, even this symbol here with the moon, the two crescent moons on the outside, I'm not sure what that is in the middle. So a lot more fire element, just a lot more spirituality. Um, there should be no type of lack when you have like a spiritual practice that is rooted around making a way out of no way. So that's why it's important for us to be more connected to our spirituality during this time. Okay. So do you have a question for her? I think, okay, what she's saying is when you're being reactive to life and what's going on, yes, obviously the reality is it probably will be a lot worse to bring a kid into the world under his administration. But when you have a certain belief system, you don't think that way. And that's the message I'm getting. Because it says good juju. So let me read the card for her, okay? All right. Goddess of good juju. The temple is ancestors and the element is fire. Great ancestress Marie Laveau was a larger than life New Orleans voodooine, a successful spiritueneur. The famous voodoo queen first built a thriving business as a hairstylist. Her guidance is great luck is yours now. You've been granted the greatest inheritance. Embrace your divine abundance. You have good juju. Embodiment. This is a time of increase for you. You are an heiress to a rich heritage of divine prosperity. Accept your let me pause this music. Okay, it says this is a time of increase for you. You're heirs to a rich heritage of divine prosperity. Accept your ancestral inheritance. Good juju is abundance. Luck is being supported by the universe. Abundance is the God slash goddess way. Just as you want abundance for those who come after you, your creator embraces wealth for you too. The goddess declaration is all I do is win. Wow. That's straightforward. So you see what I'm saying? It's like if you take good care of yourself, like really take good care of yourself instead of like trying to overdo it physically, take some time to lay out in nature. Like literally take you a blanket out there, lay in nature. Do some yoga or do some stretching. Do take it light, take it easy. Okay? So you have to allow mother nature to like nourish you. That's very important. If you want to really like heal your physical body. Also, you need to be connecting with that water element because remember, that's how we connect to spirit through the water element. Okay. So I am seeing you. It's interesting because the other day I was like, did you go for a hike? But yeah, I'm seeing you do some type of nature walk. I see you have on a backpack, you got your dog, y'all just going. So that's a good sign that you'll be back feeling better soon, like physically. But I do think that you have to connect with the earth element. You're not getting enough fresh air. Okay, you want to get more fresh air. That's what's going to replenish you. This is ancestral, okay? Especially with the Native American ancestry. These are people who are connected to the earth, connected to the land. So it's very important for you to be connecting in those type of ways in order for you to get everything out of life, in order for you to feel like balanced within your body. Majority of our body is made up of water. So it's important for us to be connected, especially with that element. So basically, if I want a healthy baby, I got to manifest it, but also I need to manifest abundance in every area, regardless of what's going on. Exactly. Don't be reactive to life. Instead, you need to be in control of your own energy. Does this look like a woman who's sitting back worried about who's the president? No, because her strength doesn't come from who is the president at the time. That doesn't move her. She's still connected with the elements around her. Okay? The symbols, the connection to spirit. The different elements are so important: the fire, the water, spirit, air. All of that is important, okay? Especially earth. Earth, water, honestly, every element. Every element. So definitely be carrying your crystals during this time, okay? But that's a mindset shift that has to happen. It's like when you have good juju, it's like when you request things or you ask for things, they naturally happen. And if they don't happen, it's because you're probably not asking for the right thing or you're not asking for what you truly want and need. Okay? It's something within that has to click for you to understand that you are a powerful being. It's all about like this woman is very like she looks spiritual. She looks very like I think this is how you're supposed to be showing up. Like what's the lady name? And I'm not trying to be funny with Miss Marie Laveau, but I'm just saying like the energy is giving me you need to be like Cleo. You know how she used to show up on TV? That lady Cleo, the psychic lady, where she got the head thing on and then just looking like, bona fide, like a bona fide psychic. Just be a walking like spiritual statement. I think maybe try that, even if it's just you at home doing things like try to put on things that make you feel comfortable. Like here, how you have the Blackfoot, they got on this elaborate headpiece. Do you think they're worried about who sees them and who thinks their headpiece is elaborate? No. It's a way of life. It's their customs. It's their rituals. Okay? It's their heritage. Okay? This is your heritage. Blackfoot, Native American, and Choctaw, Native American ancestry. Okay? Black Indians. Okay? Black Indians. All right. So they're saying you are ready to address childhood trauma. I feel a shift within you mentally. Um, I just feel like since our last reading, some shifts have definitely taken place. I can just feel it energetically. So that's good. That's good. So do you let me see. Good. I've been sad with not being able to do much. Don't be sad. You have to give yourself time to heal. Because if not, as soon as you start feeling better, you're gonna overdo it. You're gonna be back down. So you might as well just take the time to rest and rejuvenate. Let me ask, what does spirit want you to be focused on at this time? Spirit, what do you want her to focus on at this time? Competition, rivalry, conflict, disagreement, strife, and tension. Instability, exaggeration, overexertion, strife, changes, freedom, and loss. Okay, so this must be okay. Only thing I can think of with this is like the physical pain that you've been in because you're trying to overdo it. You're trying to overdo doing so many things instead of having people, you have to allow people to adjust for you. So if you're not feeling as well or you can't, do certain things, you just can't do it. Yes, you might have things, scheduled or whatever, but it's important that you take it easy, okay? Because it says conflict, strife, tension. So tension, like the headaches, the physical pain, that's the only thing that I can realistically think of right now. This is a fire sign card. So yeah, that's a fire sign card. So what they want you to focus on, I would say, is eliminating, even though this came upright, I would say eliminating tension in your body. Let me see, is there something specific? Um, there's something specific. Yeah, I want her to. Um, I don't even know what deck to ask. Let me use this deck. There's something specific you guys want her to focus on. Tree, balance. Didn't I just say this, Asha? You have to connect with nature so you can find your balance. Did I say that or that's from my last reading? Okay, so you have a grandfather spirit that's present. This man was like a gardener. His hair is white. You guys want her to focus on the spirits that's trying to connect with you at this time. Anytime that you're asking for things or requesting things, you have to remember to call on your spirit team so that they can be present with you to help you go through whatever the changes is or just navigating whatever you're going through. Okay? What's the spirit? What's your message, Grandpa? What do you want her to focus on? Plant seeding. Starting a new chapter, a positive chapter. Planting your seeds and allowing them to grow. Animal instinct. Okay, so that's the feline energy. Okay. You have to be very, like, have your strong instincts. You got to pay attention to your surroundings and pay attention to people's true intentions. Okay. You can't be naive when it comes to this because you got to think you're asking about children. Obviously, what comes with the child, you want a healthy relationship, right? You don't just want a child. So if you just want a child, you could go adopt a child or do like be a foster parent or something like that. But you don't just want a child, you have to also like it's like a package deal. Okay? So you got to have strong instincts. You got to be looking over your this is not normally what I would tell somebody to do, but this is what this spirit is saying, the grandfather spirit. When he's saying look over your shoulder when it comes to these men, definitely. So if you're having a kid during this next 4 years, it's important, especially for spiritual women. Like you gotta have a certain. If you're dating a man, like you gotta have a certain type of man. Like you have to have a protector, provider kind of energy, because a spiritual woman, like we bring so much and do so much emotionally. That I don't think a lot of people realize, like how much energy that really takes and requires. So the way that you have to show up is more of spiritual energy. Don't try to lead with the physical aspects, okay? So this could be, this is in life and in relationships, okay? So you picking up what I'm putting down. When I say physical aspects, when it comes to sex or when it comes to like overexerting your body, That's not what spirit wants you to be doing right now. Okay? Your energy needs to more so be on doing things that bring you peace, doing things that bring you balance, and like rejuvenating yourself. Basically, taking better care of yourself. Okay? Choosing better things to do to replenish yourself. Okay? What's your message, Grandpa? Master ancestor DNA adaptation. So right now it's just a phase. You have to adjust. Okay? Life is about adjusting. Okay? So be in tune with how you're feeling right now and trust. It's like an energy of trust the process. Like take care of yourself though at the same time. And you have hunter tracking. So I'm seeing this deals with, so this is the indigenous energy here with the tribal painted body, and then they're standing on a horse and they're like hunting. So tracking. So this is kind of gives me the energy going after the things that you want. This is wants and needs. Like having a hunger of like survival, like the need to survive. Okay, so that's what that energy feels like with this native ancestry. I do think some things within the ancestry need to be released, like the painful memories and the trauma that has to be released. But as far as the positive ways that these people adapted and their way of life, that's what you need to tap into. Okay, for survival. Okay. Yes, my grandpa. Right. So true. Yeah. So, do you have a question for him? Uh, Good. We've been on here for 222. Okay. Yeah, your grandpa's present though. He's trying to show you a simpler way of life. I think that so this gardening that's kind of coming up, I feel like this has to do with like the partner that you're going to meet. They are going to be big into nature. I think you need to ask for somebody that either gardens, because look, you have the plant car here, then you have grandpa here planting things. So I can't remember if you told me this before. I know I had a client before that was telling me that they used to plant things with their grandpa. I'm trying to think, was that you? Okay, let me see. Ask for a sign when the right man comes along. I think he will be into plants. And that's good too because a big part of what Marie Laveau is standing for is like the herbs are important too. Remember the elements. Okay. Herbs would be kind of it would be earth element, but also it would be smoke, fire, because you're burning them. So it just depends. Yes, he was a sharecropper, but no, I didn't plant things with him. Okay, so this makes sense. He was a sharecropper, so he was like into this type of stuff. So you did with your dad. Okay, I think your dad is teaching you what he learned um from him. So this must be paternal, which is what I was feeling. He's a very strong man though. Like I'm seeing him have like strong muscles. I don't know if this is him in his prime, but it makes sense here too with this card. I think that this is ancestral and it needs to be released. Because this energy like just fighting, 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 running, 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 like trying to find a sense of like home or trying to find a sense of normalcy. I think that's ancestral trauma. So that needs to be released. Okay, for on behalf of your ancestors. Just unspoken pains or people spirits get not getting the opportunity to share their story. And over time it does become um, you start to grow on your spiritual journey and connecting with these spirits, not really knowing how much pain is there. So it can help them, when we release this trauma, because they're living through us in a way. Okay, so definitely you need to be focused on nature, plants, but I will let that be your sign. So when you're writing a petition for love or you're thinking about love or whatever, you got to picture yourself doing some gardening, whether you have your little herb garden or something like that, but um water, nature. Like I would say this person that would be somebody that likes to sit under trees or likes to go hunting. Definitely could see this person liking to hunt. Okay. He was a big, tall man. I totally get that. Because this tree represents him. And then, trees represent like our ancestry, our family tree. So when I saw this tree, it made me think of this grandfather. Like this is like his actual body. So that's why when I was saying that, I was looking at this part right here, how thick the roots are. This is an old tree. This is a man that's been here a long time. Okay. So to you, he's looking at you like a young girl. Okay. Any specific crystals come up? Okay, so the first crystal I was getting was red jasper, and I think it was because of her headpiece. And with the Blackfoot Native American, you got the red here. So that made me think of like red jasper. And red jasper is good for like standing your ground from like bullies or people that's trying to like manipulate. So that makes sense with this instinct card. They want you to be more on your P's and Q's. Don't be, they're calling it green. Don't be green. Don't be naive. Okay? Don't be so naive. You got to stand on what you want and don't let people play around with you. You don't have no time to waste. Stand strong on and firm on what you want. This is why they want you to connect more in nature so you can get some of these messages like stand firm, stand strong, like stand for something, fall for anything. But you need to be more rooted in your reality, be more rooted in where you come from, who you come from. And I think if you do that, you can start to channel a more positive and a more stronger energy. So when you're manifesting stuff, it can happen quicker. Yes, I remember he and I will be doing a picnic outside. That's right. I think he did he come up in your last reading? Crystals, crystals. Okay, so amethyst, citrine, red jasper, clear quartz. I don't know what this other purple one is. It's like a deep purple. That could be amethyst too. There's like this elaborate. This is definitely voodoo though. With that symbol, this is an elaborate sigil for sure. And then you got the air element with the smoke, fire element with the candles. You got black candles, red candles. This looks like jalapenos. Oh, so she's making hot foot powder. She has a mojo in her lap. Coins over here. Not sure what this is called that she made, but it looks like a heart shape. Interesting. So I would definitely look into that. I get this card a lot. Good juju. Oh yeah, so you have this deck. Yeah, I would even look into like look more into that culture too, because I think this has something to do with these natives. So yeah, definitely look into like the Black Indians in New Orleans. Just look and research into that because I feel like this is all correlated. Okay, understanding too as well. Black people, we're so many things. Like we're mixed with so many different things and um so much different DNA. So this is just being revealed like who you are. This is like a mirror. So it's up to you to like trust this and like go deeper with it, okay? Continue like finding happiness in your spiritual journey, doing these spiritual things and have faith and trust that it's working out. Don't think cuz it hasn't working yet it's not going to work. But if you focus your energy on taking care of yourself during this time, I think, you know, it will definitely happen quicker. Taking care of yourself is also like protecting yourself from prey, essentially. You got to protect yourself like different. Don't be so laid back when it comes to like men. Anything should not go. You like anything should not go. Let me see. Okay. Do you have any more questions? This is good though. It's straightforward. Let me see. Let me ask one more time. I'm gonna ask this deck and say, what energy do y'all want her to embody at this time? What energy, Grandpa, what energy do you want her to embody at this time during this phase of her life? Not this same card, Annabelle got. Let me try to let me shuffle this again. Annabelle just got that card in her reading. What energy do you want her to embody right now, Grandpa? Whoa, so many. Just one. Tanit pleasure. I've never pulled this card before. Pleasure. Okay, this is cool. She's pretty. This makes sense too with what I was telling you about the elaborate outfits. She's beautiful. Look at this symbol on her chest. That's powerful. It's like an eye. Okay, let me see. Okay, so this is the goddess of pleasure, Tunisa. The temple is conjurers. Asha! The temple is conjurers. The element is air. Tanit was the goddess of the stars in ancient Carthage. Today, all the way over in Ibiza, they still have pleasure filled full moon midnight table dancing parties in her name. Seriously? Midnight table dancing parties? Table dancing parties. Interesting. Okay. Tanit's guidance. You are thirsty for more pleasure. You can't thrive when life feels dry. You are made of laughter and stardust, not sawdust. Pleasure is your birthright, a gift from the universe. The embodiment says, how much juicy pleasure can you stand? Turn up the pleasure principle. You secretly feel that you don't deserve it, but pleasure is a healing and manifesting force. Laughing, loving, and orgasmic joy is holy. Hold your hands over your reproductive area and say aloud, I deserve pleasure. What the hell? This is spot on. Not over your reproductive area. Okay, so this makes even more sense of like what I was saying about taking care of yourself. Like you have to be the star of your own universe right now. You have to be the star of your own universe. So I think within your last petitions, maybe you didn't add enough about pleasure, what that looks like for you, how that translates within your like future life or your future self, however you want to put it. Okay. The declaration says it feels good to feel good. So normalize feeling good, wanting to feel good. And yes, this is referring to sexuality, okay? The love of my own life is me. Yes. Yes. It says how much juicy pleasure can you stand? Turn up the pleasure principle. So what you've been setting is like the standard for what you go for. It shouldn't be your standard. Basically what she's saying is you need to raise your standards. Like there's nothing in there about how you're going to be loved or how you want to be pleased. Like that has to be more of a value for you because you don't want to be miserable, right? Like once you get with someone, you want to be happy and you want to feel like, okay, I didn't wait this long for some bullshit, you know? So this makes a lot of sense. All right, so I'm going to pull a spirit animal message and then we're going to close out the reading. Okay. What is a spirit animal message for her? Just one card. Okay. Not this was the one that picked up at first. So you got the bee, the bumblebee, community. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. Wow. That energy right here is like powerful. Lots of gold, lots of red, purple. Like those colors are showing up. Yellow, black, purple, red, and gold. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving. So that's important. Like you want to open yourself to receiving. It's like the universal law that I shared this morning in the group. Definitely go back and read that. Lord, yes, I want to be happy and pleased. So yeah, that's telling you right there. Like think deeper on some of the things that you want. So I want you to do a meditation, like a love meditation. You can play like a love frequency. And I want you to just meditate and think about, and this would be great if you could do this outside. Like this would be awesome. But like just that, like don't try to overdo it. But like if you really connect with the earth element, whether this is under a tree, but I think you can connect with this grandfather spirit easier if you're in nature because that's what he's used to. That's how he can connect with you. So if you sit and do a meditation and think about the type of love that you deserve to receive and just like I always tell you guys, just observe in your meditations. That's all you're going to do, okay? Observe in the meditation, like try to pay attention to what you and this person are doing. Yes, you want to think deeper, like sexual things, or, just like exploring and seeing what you like or what's interesting to you. And like once you have an understanding of that, then just like that's like a pivotal part. I think every woman should have that phase in her life. Like I had that phase in my life exploring that aspect of myself. And it's like when you explore more, like you know what you do and don't like. That's important. Okay. Because if not, think about how a lot of women they get married like to their high school sweetheart. Nothing wrong with that. But like for people that get married so young, just to say that they're married or maybe they had kids young or something like that, those people typically always get divorced. Unless they already had like a sex life, like a good sex life or whatever. But typically, like when you don't get a chance to explore certain aspects of yourself, you just settle for, I hate to say it, but like, like a lot of men are misogynistic, so like they're not worried about if you get yours. They're just worried about if they get theirs, and then they're done. After 2 minutes, they done. You know? So you gotta like put like your pleasure not first, but I think right now that's something that needs to come first. Not even just sexually. Think about what type of things make you feel life is just pleasurable. Like, what do you see yourself doing with this partner? Like, I feel like you just being with this person is going to make you happy, like traveling with them, going on dates with them, like being courted by this person. That is what's going to make life pleasurable for you. But you want to get specific what that looks like. Visualize that. I still think about that dream that I had of you when you got married, but you were smiling so freaking big and he was smiling so big. So it makes sense because here Marie is smiling. Let me see if she's smiling. She's not really smiling. She mean business. She said, wow. Yes. Why you say wow? I forgot what I said. But yeah, she got dimples too. So this is very interesting because you have dimples. So yeah, her energy is definitely coming through for you. Whoever, whatever woman this is in your frequency, in your family, I think there is like a spiritual woman that is representing the energy of Marie Laveau. Okay. So there is like a sense of this is a connection to this woman, voodoo or Marie Laveau is like significant to this woman. So I think that's similar to like why you're on your spiritual path. It's different, but you got to embrace it. I feel like you're still haven't fully embraced it, but we're working on it. But I think once you can fully step into that power of who you really are with no fear or judgment about that, I think you're going to be unstoppable. Seriously. That was the bumblebee. Oh, yeah. You are the queen of abundance. Like that's so in alignment with this right here. So yeah, you gotta just fully allow yourself to have this experience in this lifetime. Because I don't feel like in other lifetimes you maybe got that opportunity to like fully be this spiritual woman. So like in this lifetime, it's just like you're still kind of hesitating on it, and there's no need. The bee is a very spiritual insect. And with the community component, it does make sense. So yeah, you are representing like you are this bee. And then you also have the snake spirit animal too. I'm getting there, Jew. You definitely are because you've grown a lot. The main thing is just not giving up, and you got to just take care of you even more now. Okay, this was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I barely played the music. I turned the music off so long ago, I forgot. Thank you to the positive spirits who stepped forward. You guys may go back to the spirit room. Goodbye. If anybody's interested in booking a personal reading or joining my mentorship, I have my links down below in the description box. If anybody's interested in purchasing crystals, crystal jewelry, spiritual baths, or any other spiritual products, shoot me an email or write me on Instagram because I have to fix some links on my website. So just shoot me an email or write me on Instagram. You're welcome, Asha. All right. I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. Thank you guys for watching. This is Juju the Master Manifester, and